My videos on High Speed 2 have generated no small amount of comments, which I think is more due to the general interest in the subject rather than any particular skill on my part. And for all I keep saying to myself, that's it, no more videos on High Speed 2, people keep asking rather interesting questions. So today I'm going to look at another of those. Namely, why doesn't High Speed 1 link up with High Speed 2? If you're not familiar with these two projects, High Speed 1 is Britain's first purpose-built modern high-speed line. It runs from St Pancras in London to the Channel Tunnel, which links it to continental Europe. High Speed 2 was intended to be another high-speed line running from London to Leeds and Manchester. As of 2023, it's been cut back north of Birmingham. On the face of it, a connection between the two would seem to make a lot of sense. It would give Britain the nucleus of a whole network of high-speed lines. The London termini for these two lines, St Pancras and Euston, are just half a mile apart. Why would you not connect them? Well, as it happens, the original plan was that they would be, and there was much speculation about this in the early 2010s. I was furnished with a document called the London West Midlands Environmental Statement from 2013, which was very positive about the idea. They envisaged a connection between the two. Various ideas were considered, but the favourite would have been a double-track line in tunnel from Old Oak Common to Primrose Hill, which would then have joined the line into St Pancras, after following the North London line for a bit. I should emphasise that this map is not even remotely to scale. This would have had a capacity of 3 trains an hour, which they saw as being used in 3 different ways. 1. Trains all the way from the north to the continent. 2. Eurostar trains terminating at Old Oak Common for interchange with Crossrail, Heathrow Express and other services there. Or 3. Trains from Kent terminating at Old Oak Common. Old Oak Common and Birmingham Curzon Street would have been outfitted with facilities to handle international passengers. An alternative would have been to build the whole thing in tunnel from Old Oak Common to St Pancras, travelling beneath the route of the North London line. The advantage would be less rebuilding on the surface, but the disadvantage would have been, well, they'd have to dig a tunnel. There are already plenty of those around St Pancras. By 2011, the plan was revised to consist of a single track from Old Oak Common onto the North London line, and then use that to get to St Pancras. This was a very unpopular proposal, as it would potentially crowd commuter trains off the North London line. The big question mark over the whole project, which may come as a surprise, was whether anyone would actually use it. In particular, would it be sufficient to compete with air travel? Eurostar was estimated at the time to have taken approximately half the journeys made between London, Paris and Brussels from the airlines. However, estimates placed the number of passengers using the full HS1 to HS2 service at no more than 2,200 a day. A later study from 2011 was more optimistic, placing the number at more like 5,000. Which wasn't enough to justify more trains, but was also too many for the number of trains planned. Against the cost of building the link, would it be worth it? Would an expensive link be worth the money? Would a cheap link be competitive in terms of speed? What if there was a shift in policy towards air travel that would make such a link more attractive, or less? One question I'd add is, would such a link make rail travel more attractive than expected, as we've seen with other new railways in Britain? There were many factors to be juggled. Then there was the short distance between Euston and St Pancras. There were already buses, 3 underground lines, and a main road running straight between the two. Was there even a need for a link? Looking at it from a ministerial perspective rather than that of a person lugging 2 suitcases and 3 screaming kids, that is. Ultimately, it didn't add up for the folk who controlled the purse strings. In November 2014, the link concept was officially shelved. Instead, it was considered that existing plans to enhance the pedestrian links between the termini and to provide step-free access to the underground would do the job just as well. And that is why there is not and will not be a rail link between High Speed 1 and High Speed 2. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, please do leave a like and subscribe for more. There will almost certainly be more videos on High Speed 2, I just can't seem to leave it alone. I would like to thank my donors on Ko-fi, on Patreon, and here on YouTube for your support. You are the enhanced pedestrian link to my Termini. And I will see you all again very soon. Cheerio.